Hey, Sandy, who am I? Hello, SpongeBob. Could you keep it down? I'm trying to be boring.
Hey everyone, welcome back to more Flesh and Bad, and we're doing some more F tier Fridays. So for today's list, we're doing Dash, which I think is a hero we've not covered on the channel before, but definitely F tier. And this is Tegan's own creation. So this is Tegan's Hyper Ultra Omega Fatigue Dash, which is actively seeking to not play the game of Flesh and Blood and basically just fatigue your opponent through long-term value. And then eventually you might lose with like 10-foot tall and bulletproof, which is my addition to the deck to kind of spice things up a little bit. Yeah, but if you want to actually like play a deck for real, you probably like cut that card. But we're running it for the extra fatigue value, right? It's basically a 1-card 10 block, which is insane in terms of fatigue rate if you ignore the other kind of lines of text on it. But yeah, this is a really I mean, it's a deck you can play. It's not really a fun deck and it's not really a good deck, but it is a pile of cards that you are legally allowed to run in Classic Constructed. So we're going to give it a shot. I feel like a decent amount of our games are just going to be won by either one person leaving, which might be me, might be my opponent, or by us just playing a 40-minute game. So both of those seem super enjoyable. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab some games. All right, so we got a Vynnset. So I think this looks pretty good in a Vynnset. We probably do want to equip our arms with the AB1. And then I think we're just fat decking. Yeah, I don't think there's really a reason to think about it. I guess we'll cut poison as it's just a 0 block. But I think the rest of it seems somewhat reasonable. Yeah, let's try like this. I think we can probably beat a Vynnset with this deck. Let's put Adaptive Dissolver on arms. And we are in for a fun time here. Yeah, CYB to start off. Okay. And we won! This deck is so easy. Wow, what an incredible deck. That was a very, very interesting game. Let's see if we can get another. All right, so we got a Dio. I don't think the Dio is going to know what hit him. Go ahead and bring in Tunic, which I found is pretty good. Cut the Poison the Well, and then what else do we want to cut? 10 foot's also probably not necessary, but it is very funny to 10 foot max V. So I'm kind of tempted to do that. We could honestly just run the, like, we could even cut our items realistically, like leave one item in just so we can like tutor it, and then just like do the normal pistol plan. Kind of like the idea of that. Like, we don't need to actually like play out stuff against them, right? Go ahead and just do like Omega Fatigue, and they might just even like scoop it up here depending on what they got. Probably also didn't need the remembrances, but it's fine. Right, double Boom Grenade. It's definitely a pretty good start. I think I'm just remembrancing to get it out of my deck, which is very funny. We can spark. No, we can't really spark for anything, can we? Nothing relevant, at least. I guess we'll just like load, and then shoot, give a go again, and then load again. Death by 1,000 plasma pistol shots, I guess. Load, Arsenal sync, I guess. Could also attack there, probably. Probably correct, right? Because then we can like load pistol on a future turn. All right, missed 2 damage, but that's fine. We're here for a long game, not a fun game. Oh, God. All right, T-Bone coming in. Go ahead and... Oh, we can't even block with Dissolver. That sucks. I guess we'll block with, like, Skull Cap or whatever. Sure. Then go ahead and put into context. I guess we maybe should have brought, like, our Guardwall equipment, actually, for this matchup. A lot of complexities to this hero that, maybe we don't fully appreciate yet. All right, big Spark turn. Seems good. Definitely think that even though, like, we had to block the Skull Cap there, I think we are not supposed to be letting Boom Grenades hit us. If we can help it. I feel like I'd rather just take vanilla damage than let these hit. Alright, get some more cards out of deck. Very happy with that. So it seems like a max speed turn. I can kind of feel it. What do we do against a max V turn? Probably just take 9 is my prediction. All right, Optical Monocle I don't care about though. Wait, when did Cerebellum also? Oh, they sparked for Cerebellum. That makes sense. Sorry, my object permanence is not great this time of night. But sure. So definitely probably a max speed this turn plus something else. So like this card is probably like what 0 to 60. This card in Arsenal is like max speed, and then this card could be anything. Just don't know what they're fishing for necessarily. They're really fishing for something though. They've already used Dio, so like don't fully understand the point of fishing. All right, another spark. We're gonna get off the second spark. Backup protocol. Interesting. So that uses up one of their action points. I guess they rebuy the action point with the backup. Okay. They're definitely doing things. All right, so T-Bone and then presumably Max V. So I guess we'll just give them the Skull Cap again since it has Battle Worn. It's not ideal, obviously, but then we can like Sync Blow this Oasis maybe into something that can block. Probably not the best time for Oasis right now, and then we can just cover 10 like this. Is maybe my hope. Right, the backup protocol presumably to get something that they can play. They get another red T-Bone, sure. So I guess we go again and give them like Tunic here or whatever. Sure. So very likely they're going to be hitting us with the Boom Grenade because I'm predicting that this card in Arsenal is probably going to be max V. But I guess we should like make them use it. Maybe we are just supposed to take this because then we can like efficiently block max V next turn or even like play out the Warmonger. So I think I'm supposed to accept the Boom Grenades now. Alright, so it wasn't a max V. Or it could still theoretically be max, or no, it couldn't be max V. Alright, go ahead and reveal, I guess, the Warmongers, which they take. Just fine. Go ahead and just, like, shelter or whatever. I was really expecting a max V with how, like, hard they went into Techno Foundry, but maybe not. I guess they still had the Cerebellum draw, so it could still be max V, right? So maybe we shouldn't have used that, but maybe they're not playing it. Okay. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I really smelled a max V there, and then I was kind of thrown off, but I think this result's like still kind of fine for us. Ooh, the 10 foot. Now if they have the max V, we're prepared. All right. Zipper coming in seems good to me. I think we'll probably just block with Oasis. So we'll pick ourselves, pitch this. Oasis targeting the Zipper. All right, more Foundry Heart. It's gonna be really funny when they eventually hit us with the max V. I think we'll probably just sync this. Could also try to not go for that because it's dumb. But we gotta play 10-foot bullet. We can't just keep cycling it. We gotta show some courage at some point. Because I feel like the max V is now coming with the 2-foot. Like, I'm smelling the max V. There it is. Yeah, that's fucking right. Didn't expect a 10-foot, did you? Owned. Fatigue achieved. Let's just ignore the intellect penalty here, obviously. And the fact that we're like arsenaling Trot Along, which is like pretty bad. Probably should have blocked the Trot Along on the 060 blue or whatever. But Maybe as a fallback, I wanted to play 10 foot. All right, 4-card Theo hand. Could definitely be a little bit scary. This might honestly be the quick dodge turn. Can we reapply quick dodge to the same chain link? I don't think we can, so I guess we'll just block with skull cap. I guess we will just like quick dodge this. It's probably fine to use on a turn that we don't have a ton of block value. Just buy 3 block, I think is all right. All right, they're just gonna end turn. Interesting. Well, I guess we can do some stuff. I don't fully know what's happening anymore, but I feel like we're winning. All right, load, load. We'll shoot now just so that we are using up our action point effectively. I think we did miss that 2 damage like earlier, but probably doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things very much. All right, the real question is how many counters can we put on Arcanite's Skull Cap? My guess is like 5 or 6, maybe. Maybe not. They've already used. I guess they have 1 T-bone advantage, so maybe it's like 5 instead. We'll see how many counters we can get over the course of the game. I'm definitely curious to see. Standing order is actually pretty good for our Trot Along in Arsenal because it's not really doing very much. All right, we have an opportunity to get more counters. Do they have a -10 programmed on this? Let's actually find out. I'm kind of curious. Because we don't have any equipment anymore. There's no real incentive to not just keep putting counters on it. All right, heist into standing order is pretty efficient. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just do that. What do they even have in Vanish? So actually, someone told me from the comments yesterday that this only applies to 0 or 1 costs, which is something you would realize if you read the card, but I don't read any cards, so that kind of is the problem there. I guess they don't even have anything in Vanish, right? So I guess this like actually does nothing, but it's still fine to cover 5 because like we're not doing anything with the Trot Along anyways. But yeah, reading the card explains the card, I guess. All right, there's the max fee. Go ahead and block it. We'll just keep assembling counters on our Arcanite Skull Cap until we eventually win the game. Oh, 10-foot tall's back. All right, they've used 2 max Vs though. So I don't know what our chances are of actually getting a ton of value out of it are, but could still be pretty good. They have a pistol and we are bulletproof, so there is that. It seems like they're going to pass here. Sure. So unfortunately, I think we're just pitching the max speed to just truce here, which is probably like the actual smart play. There was like a primal urge in me to just send it though. All right, we got the first CYB online, which is, it's turn 7 or so, which is not ideal, but life padding, always nice. We just gotta dodge the 3rd max V, and then we're probably in business. And we also got Truce up, which is nice. So they're just gonna pass on the Truce. I'm kind of happy with that. Oh, they might just be passing on Truce. I'm okay with this. Everyone gains a little bit of life. Everyone's happy. Maybe not them, but we're pretty happy. I guess go ahead and load pistol, I guess, with the yellow CYB because we can play out the other one. And then I think we will get some shooting done here. It goes. Load. Load. Shoot. Blessings counted. Yeah, but this deck was actually Tegan's idea. This is not my own original design. This is something straight from Tegan's mind. I think this was when CYB like first came out. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, this is the deck you played when CYB like first came out as a card.
I did it to make people mad in an armory.
Yes, I recall that vividly.
I went 2-2. And
It did not work. Yeah.
One of the wins was someone scooping because they quote,
Didn't.
"It's the most boring game of Flesh and Blood they've ever played."
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, 060 coming in for that. We have no boom grenades out. They've already activated. All right, we'll throw a skull cap in front of it, which is very important. And then I think we'll probably just take it. You can take a little bit of damage here. I think is fine. All right, thank you for closing the chain so we can assemble more skull cap counters. I do appreciate that. Let's go ahead. Maybe just sync below this unmovable. Try to find something a little bit better. Shelter is better. All right, activating the monocle. Okay, we're at 7. All right, place your bets on what this gets to. I'm guessing that we end on 12. That's my official guess. All right, heist. They can put like a cerebellum back. It's probably not ideal. So I guess we'll go ahead and give them skull cap plus that, and then shelter this, I guess. You reacted. All right, we're at 8 counters. All right, there's the max fee. So that's the last one. I guess they still have like backup protocol if they want to like rebuy it. But we'll go ahead and throw the skull cap in front of it. Go to 9. And then gain a bunch of life here, and it looks like they're probably just rebuying the max fee, which does make a fair bit of sense. Quad max V is pretty solid. All right, pitch to the pistol. And then play that out. And then I guess we'll just go ahead and send a pistol for 2. Still have a little bit of an uphill battle. All right, put into context does not block max V incredibly well. That's okay. We still got our skull cap to almost 10 defense, which is really good. All right, that boom grenade is almost certainly hitting. So that's not ideal. What is the most efficient, like, blocking use of our hands? Like, our hand basically blocks 10 max or something. All right, double boom grenade is pretty good, especially if they can get the max fee off here. If they can't get the max fee off, we actually might be in business. Oh, they can get the max fee off, can't they? That's pretty good. Yeah, so we're taking 10 off of this. It's definitely scary. Oh, we forgot to block with our skull cap. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and put it on Twin Drive here. All right, banishing some more cards, which is good. All right, Pulse Wave. Go ahead and sigil that, and then I guess they get to kill us? Yeah, that kills, I think. Just barely. A little bit of an unfortunate hand, but we probably also like boarded a little bit wrong. All right, block with skull cap, get it to 10 to match the max fee here. Give him a good game. All right, let's do another. All right, are we going to be able to fatigue a Fang? Let's see. So, what do we want against Fang? Even Magneto doesn't do anything. And deck probably is like fine as is, right? I feel like we're just going for like normal fatigue as opposed to like the full like combo or like thing. Yeah, that probably seems fine. Let's run Tunic though. And then I think it'll just submit it. Induction chamber, arms. Looking good. Alright, Oath of Loyalty. Go ahead and just block that. I think we want to try to save the Spark of Genius. I guess we don't have anything to spark for anymore, do we? That's like fine. Alright, Tooth makes sense. Go ahead and just double block this. And if they want to pump, we can throw the Ally got in front of it. Alright, leaking one there, which is not terrible. Alright. How do we want to play this? I feel like we want to like Arsenal and Movable, maybe. So let's go ahead and just like load. We'll do a bunch of loading and firing and stuff, and then probably just pass back to them. Alright. Action chamber. Load. Load. Riveting gameplay, as we all know. I think we can probably fatigue a Fang, though. Didn't seem that hard to me. I'm glad we did cut our item package, because it looks like they have Kabuto anyway, so they could probably just like pose an entire turn if they wanted to. Alright, we do have the 10-foot, which is definitely a card that can be played in a deck. Alright, now we got putting a card with 2 or less when the chain closes. They're gonna go for Mark. I guess we will go for the Dolly God. They can still pump it more if they want to. It's probably still fine. Probably not yet the opportunity to throw the 10-foot and tall in front of something. I don't even know why this card is in the deck, but I wanted to add it because it's funny.
It sucks, man.
I think we'll just pass on this. Alright, there's the pledge, sure. I feel like we might honestly be casting the 10-foot next turn, which is kind of probably a mistake. I think we'll let this happen. So they'll get the first mark, which is fine. And then they're not doing anything else. Alright, we draw out this rounds on me, which is also pretty decent. Combos well with the 10-foot. Because then their IP is our IP is less like effective, basically. Oh, whoops, sorry. Okay, so load the pistol, play out sigil, and then swing in. Wow, this round's on me plus 10-foot. That's a lore accurate combo. That's kind of crazy. Because you can you buy the drinks, right? And then you got that guy's kind of drunk, right? I like it. Although notably, like, wait, this round's on me is not even that good against Fang, right?
No, it's attacks.
Yeah. Well, if they're running like any like Blaze Headlongs or whatever, I guess it's fine. Sure, it's fine. I think it's fine. They draw Fire and Brimstone, we get like 4 value out of this rounds on me or something. I think it's good. Probably not actually good, but yeah, I think it's fine. Alright, go ahead and accept our IP here. Pass back. Alright, this is a pretty good hand for having 10-footed. Just block a lot. I mean, we can block 6. It's like fine. 7 if we need to. Alright, Searing Gaze plus Scar Tissue, we'll try to cover it with the Immovable here. If they really want to pump, I'm kind of like maybe fine to just deny fealty. But not entirely sure what this React wants to do, but we could also just save it. think is also acceptable. Ooh, For the Realm is a card I don't think I see very often. That's a 2-cost one. That's pretty cool. Good to see that card finally getting a little bit of appreciation. I think I normally why the 2 cost over the like the 1 or the 4 cost. I see the 4 cost a lot more often, I feel like. Oh, it's back. Okay. How do we go about actually casting this card? That is the real question.
You don't.
I mean, we'll find a way, right? Right, there's Searing Gaze. I guess we'll maybe use it on the second chain link or something. I don't know. I think we bottom that because we're going to be 10-footing, right? Save that for later. And then we'll throw the 10-foot in front of the next thing, I think is the idea. And then we'll just try to find all... I don't know when we're taking damage, I guess is the question. Don't fully know that, but Glint's at least another card out of deck, which is positive. Tegan also wanted me to mention that the 10-foots were not in Tegan's original list, but I feel like we would be doing ourselves a disservice by not including it in the deck. We need a lose con, I think. We'll go and throw it in front of this Obsidian Firepaint for one. Which is notably not serving the purpose that we're trying to achieve here by like actively trying to like fatigue them, because they might just like hold 3 cards in hand and then pass. Which would be very funny. That might honestly like be correct, is to just like not do anything in response to this. But maybe they didn't want to like IP themselves with Endear Devotions. I can also see that being the case. Alright, go ahead and do our pistol stuff. I guess we have that all you got for next turn, which is pretty decent. Oh, we're not even getting any Heart of Fyendal value too, which is unfortunate. But maybe that just means that our deck is working, right? As intended. Alright, go ahead and load. Gain no value. I guess give them more blocking power or whatever, but it's fine. 10-foot will carry us in the end, I believe. Some way, somehow, we'll get there. Oh, Oasis is actually like kind of a good draw. So we'll take a little bit of damage here, and then we'll use Tunic, pull Oasis. I think Tunic is actually really important. It's probably more important than like the Arcanite. I think I was running Arcanite earlier, and it just wasn't super good. Ooh, Provoke is like actually kind of nasty. But I guess we can like that all you got. Depending here reveals card from here, action card. So we'll discard it if we don't do this. So I guess we'll Oasis the second Fire Vein. Target ourselves. And then we're targeting, which I guess, I feel like we'd rather almost target the current one, but maybe the second one's like funnier. I feel like it doesn't matter a ton, but it matters in the case they have like Tooth. They've already used one Tooth, but it could be relevant. I don't know if we targeted the correct one. It's sometimes like hard to tell which one it's targeting. I'm assuming it's the one that's like oriented the correct way. Alright, draw it C and C, which is whatever. Interesting. I guess we'll just load it. The 10-foots have actually not been terrible, which is kind of funny. Ooh, and Golden Blade is pretty solid there. Yep, no blocks. Probably just immovable or do whatever. Yeah, immovable seems fine enough. Don't want to have to like Arsenal in and not draw blue or whatever. But yeah, Unbolden was quite nice there. I like that card a lot. I've seen it do a lot of good work over like, especially like recently for some reason. Been seeing that card do a lot of work. Alright, go ahead and just sink, pass back. Again, we're not really taking any real damage here. They might also be like sitting on react, so no reason to like attack them or anything. Right, Oath coming in. Pretty efficient to just, like, Oasis this, but we might want to take the damage a little bit first. And then Oasis, like, after. Seems maybe a little bit better. So we'll take the damage off this with the goal that we're going to, like, buy back some of that life. It seems like they're going to crack fealty to do what? To perforate. Sure. Sounds good to me. So we'll take our damage here. All right, and then we're probably just going to Oasis this. We can also, like, put in a... So I think we're saving put into context as, like, the last card in our hand. So probably just pitching a movable to this. All right, go ahead and target ourselves. If anything, this is just reminding me that Oasis is, like, targeting us. So what is the difference between this Fire Vein and this Fire Vein? That's a good question. I guess we do want to target the one that's oriented this way. I hope that works the way I think it works. Hope so. So we should be preventing 4 of this. We take 1. Okay, we targeted the right one, seems like. Still, like, pretty okay for us. Go ahead and just keep gaining life, doing good things. Alright, there's Tooth, which, I mean, they can't really use on anything, right? I guess we'll just put into context just for good measure. But I guess they could play a Draconic attack or something to finish it. Yeah, I guess they do. Sure. So I guess we'll just gain life in response to this. And then just take our little bit of damage. Seems good. Alright, seems like we won! Yay! We don't have to play anymore. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's exactly how we intend to play this deck, is that we don't actually want to play the deck. We want to get out of the games as soon as possible. Alright. Should I do another one? Tegan?
What's up?
Should I do another one?
Do you want to?
Not really.
Then you don't have to.
Yay, we're done. All right, so that was Tegan's Hyper Ultra Omega Fatigue Dash. This is a deck that no one actively wants to play, especially with the 10-foot tall and bulletproofs. I think this card is, like, actually kind of a lose condition a lot of the time, but we like playing lose conditions. You don't always have to play win conditions. I think the card's very fun. But yeah, I made some modifications in this deck, so I think this is a joint effort between me and Tegan. So yeah, don't play it. It's not fun. You probably won't have a good time, neither will your opponent. So yeah, with that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. And a special thank you to all the folks who decided it would be a good idea to give us $2 on Patreon. We really appreciate the support, but it's obviously never required.